Howdy, folks. Got a new bone nut here. It comes from the shin of a mastodon. Just kidding. I'm going to show you what to do. I shaped it from one of my dog's bones. They were very gracious and gave one up. So I shaped it, and here's the old one. See, the old one had some issues. It's got a little chip out of the side there. There you go. It's got a chip. And it's plastic. You could tell by the little holes in the back. All right, so no more plastic. And what we're going to do is just line this baby up, and we'll get our string spacing. And I'll stick my big head in here so we can see a little better. And I like to use these mechanical pencils, these very fine mechanical pencils. They give me a lot of control and a lot of accuracy. Okay, here you go. There's our string spacing. So here's my nut file set. These are Japanese files. That's what I have. They're Hiroshima files. Okay, and they come in different sizes from 56 to 10 thousandths. And we're going to start with the 56 for the large E string. And all I want to do is start these. Once I get a decent groove in it, I will go ahead and take a measurement. And what I've done is taken a large hex key, just a standard hex key, and because it's super hard, I ground it down to a fine point. So this is absolutely straight right here, and then it's got a point on the end, so I can use it for a scribe or just as an indicator. And what I can do is lay it across the frets like this, and I've just given this a fret leveling, so I know everything's flat, and I know exactly where I need to be based on this. And the way I like to set my nut height is just barely above that first fret, but we can go over that in a little bit. All right. So here's our 56 thousandths file, and we're going to start here. Nice and easy. And once I get it started, I can move out a little bit. And what I'm doing is pointing the file down and towards the capstan that the string is going to be going towards. And I'll do that with all the strings. If it starts feeling like it's getting bound in there, just gently give it a little back and forth, and then you can continue cutting. Because this bone, even though it's very strong, it can be brittle. So if you get it bound in there and you get this thing seized up, you can snap a chunk a chunk off, and you don't want to do that. Then you got to start over again. Ask me how I know. Okay, there's that one started. That was the 056. And then we're going to go to 46 for the A string. And I'm just putting my finger here, and I'm using my finger to align the file where it needs to fall. And starting real small, just to get that groove established. And then I can move out. Okay, again, I'm pointing towards the capstan. There we go. There's the A string. And I'm going to bore you with all the rest of them. Here comes the D string. Hold on. Woo! What do we got for a D string size, by the way? We're using regular slinkies. Looks like the D is 26. So 46, 36, 26. And I just cut 56, 46, and 36. So I'm going about 10 over on the high end. You should be as close as you can, as close as you got. Woo! Smells like a dentist's office in here. So yesterday, I took my dogs to the watershed. It's a little park around here, run by the Cleveland Metro Parks. But they got lots of trails, and they loved it. They just loved getting out. And I have two dogs, Aria and Bella. And Aria is a bit of a goof when it comes to squirrels. She can't help herself. And I would have let him off the leash. If I just have Bella, I could trust her. But Aria, she'd go chasing a squirrel. I'd end up losing her. And my wife would be mad. Of course, we don't want Aria to run away. We love her. She's our special girl. All right. Moving right along. Okay, now I'm going to jump. You see my file set goes from what did we just do? We just did the 24. And that's a little big. So then it jumps from 24 to 17, 13. So I'm going to use these two for the smaller strings, the 13 and the 10 for the B and the E. And they are exactly, oops, sorry about that. They are exactly the size of the strings that I'm going to be using today. So what I have to do is just tilt the file a little bit either way to get them to seat properly. Otherwise, it could be too sticky in there if you cut it exactly to size with no clearance. So we'll give it a little tilt, a little bit this way, and sort of rock it down into the slot, and a little bit this way. And rock it into the slot. Always pointing down, because you want your strings to come up like this, and you want them to break over the front edge of the nut. All right, so there's our 13. Now we're going to go with our 10. These are very, very flimsy and fragile, so you don't need to use a lot of pressure on these. You just need to be very patient and careful. And let the file do the work. Nice and easy. And we're going to give this one a little rock. Back and forth. All right, there you have it. We're ready to put some strings on. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that.